Hi, here's Moritz, and I'm gonna show you an easy way how to cut up a sample and slice it on a new MIDI track. That means we take a bit of audio and then put it into various different pieces, and then we can trigger these pieces and play them individually. Okay, I think it's easier if I just show you what I mean, and so let's jump right in it. I'm gonna put myself here, and yeah, let's focus on the two samples that we are going to cut up. Yeah, let's first listen to them. Drum sample, pretty easy. And the other one is a piano sample. Sounds pretty cool on its own, but we kind of want to put it into a different vibe. We want to cut it up. Okay, cool, but let's start with the drums. In Ableton, in the session view, in your audio editor, which is this thing down here, you can set warp markers. So you have to activate warp here, and then you are able to set warp markers inside your waveform. How this works is that you double click just on a position in your wavefile. So let's listen to it. Okay. So I can see that here is a snare, so I want to cut it here because I want the kick and the snare individually. So I double click in here, and there we have it. We have this little pin here. And yeah, this is gonna be our marker for the individual slices. So we have this here. Also, Ableton suggests you already places where it sees transients, so you can just use them or just click in between them. So perhaps here, but if you don't want it, you can delete the warp marker also by just clicking on it again, double clicking. Okay, then just gonna search for here the snares and perhaps also the kick drum here. Let's listen to it again. So yeah, I think that already looks good for us, for our purposes. In here. So yeah, we want to cut the sample now on these places, on these markers. So right click on the waveform just with both fingers on your trackpad, and then we're gonna click on Auf neue MIDI-Spur slicen. In English, that's slice to a new MIDI track. So we're gonna click on this, and then gonna choose here warp marker. We can choose various things. You can play around with this, of course, but for now we're gonna choose warp marker because we already set these little yellow pins, which are the warp markers. And we're gonna choose a slicing preset, which is just integriert. In English, that's integrated. Just the first one. Totally fine. I think you can also at home just play around with the different presets that are on there to get a feeling what you can do with those. The timing here is fine. We can just leave that on and press OK. Cool. Now we have a new MIDI track here with notes already, and those notes represent our warp markers that we set here. So this should sound exactly the same as our drums. Let's listen to it. Yeah. But we want to create a new, there I am again, a new pattern. So we're gonna delete here the MIDI track and just create our own pattern. So as you see, Ableton created a drum rack here with all the slices in it. So you can also open the simpler here, and then with the beginning, here the snare, here another kick, here another snare. Yeah, and then we can just double click on here into the session view of that track. and then press play. And then we can start adding notes in. So you could also play them with a keyboard or any kind of MIDI controller. Okay, it's a bit hectic what I did there, but already sounds very different, not very different, but different to our original sample. And we could also play now with the release and the sustain, the attack on here. Let's do that, so we can put down the sustain for a bit more of a attack sound here. Perhaps. I think for our purposes this is already fine, just to you can do various MIDI clips here and just play around, but for now, just to show the concept of this workflow, I think that's fine, and we're gonna cut the piano now. So we stop this, play the piano again, and again we insert in warp markers. So the first one, I'm gonna delete the first one here, put in this one here. This sounds nice. This sounds nice. Sounds like this. Cool. I think we don't need so many slices here, so we can just choose 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these are fine. Right click again. Want to slice onto a new MIDI track. Same as before, choose warp marker here. Preset, the integrated one is fine. Just press OK. And again we have a new channel. And again we have the original one laid out here. This is the pattern of the original sample. But we don't want this here. We delete it. And now we can just play around with it again. You see? Just made the make them a bit shorter here, or longer, and then play two different slides at the same time, so I'm just gonna try to add one here, just to have a bit of variation in here. And another thing that I want to do here perhaps is already just turn the attack on a bit, turn up the release a bit, turn down the sustain a bit, so we have more of the attack here. More of that X-fade for the loop. So you can just basically play around here. You don't have to understand everything here. It's more a try and error thing here, I think. But already I think our loop right now is pretty decent, and perhaps you add a little bit of effects on here also. Perhaps I have here a little reverb on it also, so let's put that up. Makes it a bit more dreamy. Perhaps even a bit of delay here. This is just. Then we could perhaps also try another one that is shorter. See, I'm just playing basically around with the pattern. Sounds okay to me. But let's try the drums with that. Okay, cool. And now from there you can just start duplicating, for example, your MIDI track here, your MIDI file, and adding in more slices. Duplicate it. Perhaps we put a little auto filter on it. And really fast we created a new loop out of 2 samples, and we added our own spin to it. And yeah, so a very interesting thing is also, I guess, to use your own recordings for this, like a field recording or anything from whatever. It could be a recording from your kitchen or something else, or a record, for example. That would be a really classic thing to do, to sample a record like this. And yeah, I would challenge you to try that out for yourself, and then just play around with the various knobs that you have here. It doesn't really matter if you understand them all, but also try to get a bit, when you have a rhythm going that you like, to get into one of the slices and change something back here into in the controls, or create just various patterns that play after each other. So I think it's a really good and fast way to create something, to get a starting point perhaps for a new project. Yeah, I hope that tutorial helped you, and hope you will cut a lot of samples now to a new MIDI file. Thank you, and bye.